My name is Mac and I'm 28 years old. Last year, I was laid off from my job, and the temp job I had to hold me over, I no longer have. I'm not in a great position considering I live in LA, have bills to pay, and I still have my student loans to pay off. To be honest, the only reason why I'm still here and not at my parents' place back in Norway is because of my wife. She's the one who is helping me not fall apart. But being broke and unemployed isn't the only reason why I'm not doing that great. I'm a transgender dude who's waited my whole life to transition, and because of other challenges, I'm still waiting. I'm an immigrant living in the US under constant fear and uncertainty, and on top of all that, I have no friends I can really talk to. Which is why I'm talking to you. Listen, I could go on all day talking about my problems, but if I do, it would just sound like I'm complaining, and that is not the intention with this video. I wanted to make this video for you to get to know the real me, and this is it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And the truth is, I have hit rock bottom. When I was a kid, I never thought this would happen. Sure, life was never going to be exactly what I imagined, but I never thought it would be this bad because I never knew what that actually meant. I never thought I would be unemployed because I was always taught that I would just get a job after I graduated from college. I never thought politics would have so much control over my life because I never saw an impact as a child. And I never imagined I'd be 28 years old with no friends to talk to. I just assumed I'd make new ones along the way. I remember being a kid, and the things people would talk about were not the loneliness that comes from graduating or the embarrassment that comes from being unemployed. No, people talked about what they wanted to do, where they wanted to live, and who they wanted to do those things with. But no one ever mentioned the stuff in between. No one actually talked about all the steps between A and B. The older I get, the more I realize that life isn't really made up of those things that happen once a year, but rather the things that happen every single day. The people I talk to, the habits, the content I consume, and the work I spend 8 hours a day doing. At the same time, it is also the lack of those things that shape my life. And the truth is, I grew up in a wealthy country. And no, I'm not talking about the United States. I grew up in Norway, and if there's one thing we are known for, it's how great of a country it is. A place that took care of all my basic needs: welfare, health, education. And when I was 19, I chased my biggest dream and I moved across the world to live in my dream city. I have achieved a lot of my dreams. I'm confident, I do have friends, and I know how to have fun. At least that is what it seems like on paper, on social media, and when you first meet me, because that is how we're taught to be. Don't complain, just fix it. Don't bring negative energy, it will ruin the vibe. And whatever you do, do not bring up politics, it will ruin relationships. That's the thing. Everything is performative, everything is built around making others feel comfortable. There's a question I'm asked almost every single day. A question that might be the most asked in the world, and it low-key drives me crazy. How are you? You see, it's not the question itself that bothers me. I think there's nothing more beautiful than caring about other people and wanting to make sure they are good. What bothers me is the automated answer that comes after. I'm good, how are you? It's like every human is programmed to say these exact words every time we're asked this question. I get it, maybe it's not that deep. Maybe it's just small talk. But I think this habit of pretending we're fine has normalized hiding how we really feel. And maybe, just maybe, that's part of why I feel so low right now. I've always been a genuine person. I don't say something I don't mean, I don't wear something I don't like, and I've always lived my life unapologetically, even if it bothers other people. I didn't make this video to complain or for people to feel sorry for me. I made it because I wanted to express my frustration. I wanted to document my journey and show people that life is not always good. I guess I just wanted someone to listen, even if it's through a screen on the other side of the world. Being on rock bottom changes you, not just financially and physically, but mentally. When you feel like the world is falling apart, the only thing that is left is the truth. And the truth is the emotions I feel. The anger, the loneliness, the embarrassment. I almost didn't make this video because I knew people wouldn't get it. I knew people would say to try harder or that their life is worse. And in many ways, they are probably right. Maybe I should try harder. Maybe my problems are nothing compared to the rest of the world. If I'm going to be honest, it's a feeling I've had since 2020. Yes, that year that changed all of our lives. But to me, I still feel stuck in that year. That was the year I kind of just stopped being me, or at least the person I used to be. I have constant anxiety about doing normal things, like going to the grocery store or talking on the phone. I feel extremely discouraged about anything related to my career or the hope of ever finding a job that gives me stability and joy, or even a job at all. I am stressed about not doing enough and wasting the remaining years I have left of my 20s. The truth is, just because someone has applied to more jobs than me does not mean I haven't applied to any jobs. Just because someone lives in a state with fewer trans rights than me doesn't mean I'm not oppressed, although it is certainly a fact, and in that way I am lucky. Just because someone has gone through more than I have does not mean my experiences aren't real. I think it's important to acknowledge my privilege as much as it is to acknowledge my oppression. Now, people can argue all day whether what I'm going through is hardship or not, but what they can't argue is how I feel. If I say I'm sad, you can't tell me that I'm not. If I say that you hurt me, you can't say that you didn't. In a way, I define how well I'm doing based on my feelings because they will tell me literally that. If you have followed me for a while and seen some of my other short films, then this is the part where I have a great solution to my problems. But if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't really know what to say to make it better. Life isn't going to magically be better because of something I say. Life isn't just going to be better because you remember a quote from a great philosopher. But I will say this: the world isn't fair, and it never will be. It's not your fault for the circumstances you grew up with, more than it is for the privilege you were given. There are a lot of things that are out of our control. Where we were born, what we look like, and how privileged we are. But one thing we can control is the way we look at these things. We can change our mindset. We can turn something negative into something positive. You're not going to be stuck in the situation you're in forever. Things will change no matter how long it seems. Your job is just to hold on and keep going until you reach that point. Now, if you made it to this part, first of all, thank you so much. Second of all, I am definitely going through some stuff in my life. I'm unemployed. Other stuff I feel I can't even talk about because they're just very unique experiences, I guess. One being trans. If you're watching this, you're probably not trans and you probably don't understand what I'm going through, but it's hard. And living in the US now, it's even harder. I know I make my videos look pretty and beautiful and perfect in certain ways. And maybe some of you might say, I don't think your life is that bad if you're able to produce high quality videos. It has taken me so long to just get back to creating videos. The reason why I had 2 weeks of break was because I attended Coachella and I was just really busy. And then when I came back, I kind of just felt empty. The week before I left was also when I was rejected from a job I thought I was going to get, so that didn't help. It's very hard to make plans when you don't have any money. I just wanted to make this video to share a much more vulnerable side of me and life, and I always liked watching other people sharing these types of stories, so I wanted to do the same. I still love creating videos. Art expression has always been like my own escapism. If anyone knows anyone who is hiring, it could be with what I know, like videography, video editing, or it can be something not creative. Please DM me because I'm really struggling. I'm just gonna end this right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit more, I guess, deeper or sadder than my other videos, but it's very important to me, and I hope you saw some meaning in it. And yeah, that's all I got for now. So I'll see you soon, I hope.